What's happening?
What's that?
How's everybody doing, all right? Good. You know, sitting back here, I mean, I've got a front row seat back here, backstage, man. I'm just grooving. And as these gifted brothers are playing and sharing, I'm thinking about how much I love each instrument, you know, how each has its own voice, its own personality. And I'm particularly thinking about the drum. Now, recently, I was fortunate enough to go to West Africa. I was in Sierra Leone, and then I traveled to Ghana for about 3.5 weeks. And it's interesting, the relationship between the African iteration of the drum and the African-American iteration of the drum. There's this deep, fundamental, spiritual, genetic encoding that is expressed on both sides of the Atlantic. In Africa, the drum is and is more than the drum. It's not just a receptacle of rhythms and syncopation. Some of the Africans speaking about the drum, they talk about it as though it is an elder, a repository of memory, a mediator of meaning. It's no wonder that during the transatlantic slave trade, when the Africans were brought to this country, that they would communicate over great distances via the drum in places called hush harbors, deep in the woods, where enslaved Africans would meet and consult and pray, play the drum, talk to their kinfolk on plantations miles away. And it's no wonder that when the owner of said plantations realized what was going on, they took the drum. But the rhythm still lived in the bodies. It still moved in the cellular structure of those Africans and would not be stilled or silenced. So what did they do? In the vacuum between the absence of the drum and the need to communicate, they took that rhythm and applied it in song. The field holler songs, the work songs, the spirituals, the blues, jazz, bebop, cool jazz, Coltrane, a love supreme, 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 that repository of meaning and memory, that elder communicating across generations, across continents, across bodies of water. It will not be stilled because the spirit is embodied in the drum, and it will be heard. It must be heard, if only we will listen, but not only with the ear, more importantly, with the heart and with the spirit. The drum of power